Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
I'm Scott.
I'm John.
And we're married.
Yay!
And we're bringing to you the best in COVID-19 fashion.
Yes.
These are our snooties. They're like slankets.
They're like
and
snuggly hoodies.
Snuggies.
Yeah. So I got one for you. I got this one for you for Christmas.
Not for you, for me.
Got this one. I got this one for you.
Yes.
For Christmas. And I liked it so much, I got one for me too.
I liked how you tried to wear it too that one time, and that is not going to happen.
So anyway, I figured that since this is kind of our life right now, which is sort of staying inside and living the life of...
Actually, it's very high fashion, so...
Right.
I don't know what you're making excuses
Velour.
Velour. It's like polyester, flammable velour.
Yeah, and Harris likes to eat on them, so...
Yes.
Which he may be asked to leave in a few minutes.
Yes. He is
He's not
a troublemaker.
Yes. Anyway, so it's been a week since we last podcast, so...
And then a week before that, we did an episode.
I know. So the idea is with us being in a bit more, we get more knitting done, and also it's actually really, I think, good for us, too.
Something fun to look forward to.
Yeah.
Because I love the comments, and I need to get back into responding to the comments I'll do that.
I did a little bit, but not a lot. But yeah. So welcome.
'Cause I love to read them, that's for sure.
I do too.
What's fun is when we post a video and then we see the comments coming in as notifications on our phone, and it's usually a weekday it's usually a Sunday that we post it instead of a Monday morning.
I don't get those notifications.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
And on Monday, if you're logged in as Sweet Tea No Shade on your phone on YouTube,
Right.
you'll see them.
Which I'm not.
I know, I'm just saying if you wanted to. So on YouTube, on Monday, like at work, I'm seeing like people's comments come in,
That's
which is
cool.
really fun.
Yeah, so yeah, it's great for us. It keeps us kind of excited about knitting, which doesn't take a lot, but it's also just nice to connect. This is a way to connect with people when we don't have somebody
You're
right
being
now.
so serious. Let's be funny.
Oh my god. Look, our cat's gonna get in frame right now too.
No, he's not. He's just gonna knock everything over.
No.
All right, so so we're not leaving the house unless we have to get like
Groceries, essentials.
I was like
yeah.
extremes. I couldn't think of the word.
Yeah. Now he's in frame.
I don't know. Who knows? Who cares?
Yeah, we don't. So we're doing a different setup because
Oh yeah.
where we usually broadcast. Woo. We're
Channel 5.
Channel 5, live from the Channel 5 newsroom, is on this table in our basement, and Harris.
That's fine.
I know, it's just
ignore
funny.
him.
And so I have my home office set up there with like all my screens and my docking station and stuff like that. So as I said before, we could work from home, and I just was like, you know what? Let's just not do that.
Yeah. So the first room. This is the first room that we podcast in.
Yes.
A couple times.
Our first podcast was actually on this couch.
Yeah. No, I was in those chairs.
Was it?
Yeah, we put the chairs in front of the piano.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
But it was in this room.
It was in this room.
So.
Yeah, so let's talk about knitting. Oh, we are a knitting podcast. We are not a snooty COVID fashion 19, even though we look amazing.
Even though we look amazing, and obviously the snooty also doubles as a Harris play toy. I'm just like...
I don't know if it's a play toy or if it's like a...
I think it's a negative
trying to get attention
thing. So obviously not paying attention to him isn't quite working, but it's okay.
We already said that. We're already
We're a knitting podcast. We're not a dog training podcast, obviously.
So do you have any finished objects?
I don't. It's all continuation, but I have a new object in progress, a new whip.
I do too.
So yeah.
So we have some updates. We have some updates on our previous works in progress, and then we have
some new started objects, and we're going to So.
And then we're going to have Kay's. What do we decide to call it?
Kay's
knitting
bag.
Okay.
We're back. Someone has 4 on the floor, which is better.
Yes, 4 on the floor.
So it's Kay's knitting.
Kay's knitting. I put it on the
screen.
No, it was like
knickknacks.
we put it on the screen last time. It's like Kay's knitting kit or Kay's knitting collection, I think is what it was.
That works.
All right,
And we might talk about, since our lives are basically knitting and television, we might do an update on what we're watching.
We might have to do that too.
We've had some.
But we'll do the knitting first.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what we're here about. Or that's what we're here for. So, why don't we do from boring to interesting? Whatever that means.
That seems really shady to me.
Why don't we pick each
Why don't we do the updates and then we can do the new stuff last?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Because I'll do the one.
You go first. Let's do our sweaters. Then, how many whips do you have?
I have 2 whips and one
new.
One new.
Okay, that's what I have. So
All right.
go. You do your
Harris. Oh boy.
Okay, so you do your sweater. I'll do my sweater. Then you'll do We'll go from there.
Sounds good. All right. So here is my sweater. Again, this is.
It'd be fun to go back and see where you were last time.
Yeah. I feel like it's getting there.
Yeah.
So this is the Marledish. The pattern's by Corrado Lark. It is a test knit. And so where I am right now, let's see. This is the front. This is the back. I'm about to do the thing where you...
You're looking at the front, but...
Yeah, this is the front. This is the back. Sorry. Yeah.
So what you're showing right now is to them is the back.
No, this is the front.
Oh.
This is the back.
Why is the front higher than the back?
Because I'm holding it that way.
Okay.
It's nothing.
I was like, that's going to be interesting. Okay.
Yeah. It's reverse neck shaping. So yeah, I'm to the point, I've got one more row, and then I'm going to do that little fun thing where you put the arms, the stitches on waist yarn, and start the body of the sweater. So that's exciting.
Did you ever figure out the struggle you were having with that?
It's just, when I'm looking at the pattern, there's something that doesn't make sense in it. Just the number of stitches that I put on waist yarn versus the number of stitches that are on the sleeve. So I'm just going to reach out to Corrado.
Oh, so the number of stitches that are saved...
Right, when I look
don't
at...
match up the number of
stitches on the final sleeve once you cast on and pick up stuff. So I'm just going to ask him what's up with that. So yeah, it's totally good. I mean, again, love the color. Love the pattern. I love the feel of this too. It's got this really kind of...
When are you going to start fading?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the sleeves. And then there are...
I'm sorry. You're gonna do the sleeves, or you're gonna cast?
I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna do the...
You're gonna do the sleeve holes.
Put the sleeves holes on, okay. Cast on. I think there's like 2 increased rows after that, and then there is about 3 inches of knitting before you get to the... There's a second pattern of marled striping, and so...
What does that mean?
It's a part of the pattern where you do half the row in marled and the rest of it in like regular.
So how are you going to do that since you're fading? And you're not.
I'm going to do the fading before I get to that. So you start that sort of other section basically when you're to about right here, your natural waist. So I'm going to do the part between the shoulders and the natural waist with the fade. And so once I get to that second part of the pattern, it'll be all in the gray.
So if you were following his pattern, then it would be stripes of marled and then solid color. Marled and solid color?
Yep.
Okay.
And so the difference is, and it would be, if I had enough of the cedar canoe, it would be in that color. But because I don't, it's going to be the fade. And then that part that's down here is going to be in the gray.
Because I thought all this time that it was just straight vanilla stockinette in the pattern, but it sounds like what you're saying is he actually put in some stripes.
No, it's stockinette, but
sorry, stockinette in one color is what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's not.
No, it's basically what you do. It's this weird thing, and I don't know what it looks like because I haven't started it yet, but basically what you do is you marl like half a round, then you do the rest of the round in the on like this color, and then you do some more marling. It just breaks up the marling. So it looks really cool on the parts I've seen, so I'm excited about that. But
because on his Instagram he has pictures of a finished object.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So yeah.
And I discovered that he did an Instagram live. Was it an Instagram live? It was on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that works. If it's live or no, because it looked like an edited video.
Wow.
So I don't know if it's not an Instagram live, but he did an Instagram video.
Right.
But I don't know if it's the same, like if he has a YouTube podcast, and YouTube knitting show.
I think he might. I'm not sure. So anyway, that's where this is. Again, so I was hoping to have the sleeves ready to go, but then I was like, I just want to double check before I do this. But it's coming right along. I mean, it's been, very happy with it.
Okay.
So
here's the other thing about what we call our snooties.
Mm-hmm.
Linus thinks, I think they both think, but Linus especially thinks that they're blankets.
He likes to get underneath them.
And he wants to get underneath them.
Yeah.
But you can, but...
It doesn't quite work.
Come on, buddy. Okay, so he doesn't want me to...
Yeah, no,
he likes to navigate on his own.
Yeah, he's an independent child.
Yes.
So anyway, this is my Marl dish. I'm pretty excited about it because it is really great popcorn knitting. So when, once I get the sleeves done, it's just going to be knitting stockinette circular for a while. So that'll be fun.
So, what was I going to say? So are you able to knit without looking at it yet? Well, probably hard with it marled.
It's not that much harder. What I do find is that sometimes when I haven't been looking very closely, I'll notice that I'll have done like a couple of loops where one of the colors got caught in another, which isn't a big deal. It's like it's not like you drop a stitch, you just have instead of a 2 colors.
Because then you can pick it back up the next go round. Or not pick it back up, but like
I sometimes
include both of them.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes what I'll do is I'll sort of pull up the
one you missed.
The one I missed before, but usually I just leave it because it doesn't make any difference.
Right.
So yeah.
Cool.
I really love it. I really love it. I really like the color combination. I'm really excited to see what the gray looks like next to this after the fade.
Because the gold is the one that's going to be the same, is going to be continued throughout.
Yeah. So.
Cool.
Excellent. So that is that.
All
Hi,
right.
Harris.
So I'm going to talk about my sweater,
Yay.
which I'm loving. And so I'm just going to grab it here. And for those of you who might or might not have seen last episode, this is in my Knit 1 Purl 2.
I love it.
This was, so we talked a little bit about it last time. Our BFF Steve, his mom passed away recently, and so he
gifted us her knitting
gifted
order.
us all of her knitting stuff. So this is one of them. So this pink yarn is for a different thing. So I just kept it in here. So this is my sweater, and it's a little bit too small to be doing it in the round, but I'm doing the increases right now for the.
What do you mean? Is the you
well,
don't have enough cord?
No, I have too much cord.
Oh.
So
gotcha.
I started off doing it magic loop when it was up here.
Yeah.
And then as I went, it's finally gotten to the point where I was able to switch to knitting in the round.
Gotcha.
The problem, it's not a problem, but I'm in the middle, right in the middle of the increases for the raglan increases. So
it's getting to as big as it's going to get.
Well, no, it's halfway. I'm halfway through the raglan increases.
Right.
Yeah. So I've got, what I'm saying is it's not going to be it's going to get easier to knit in the round as I go.
Right.
I don't know, it was hard to say.
Yeah.
So, what was the other thing I was going to say? Something about the raglan increases. So with this pattern, you cast on, it's a top down, and you cast on and you do some increases. You do the neck shaping, but then you come back and you pick up the stitches up here, and then you
do the
ribbed collar separately. And I think I'm going to do that in a different color. Somebody else was saying, somebody commented on the last video, I think it was, that this was the exact same yarn and color that they did their first sweater in. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
So it's wool ease, and somebody corrected me, and yes, you are correct. It's not 100% nylon or 100% acrylic. It's got some wool, and it's like 15% wool or something like that. Oh, Harris, this is super helpful.
He's got a leg in it.
How did you do that? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, that's your
so
yarn.
Ferocious. So the you can kind of see, I'll hold it this way, so you can see kind of see the raglan increases and hold still are coming along.
Yeah.
And
I really like, I mean, it's like funny because you've done this is the, you've done this one before. I always really like that color. It kind of has this, it's not quite a tweed, but it's got that sort of,
yeah, it's got little pieces of,
right, it has a little depth to it, so that's exciting.
Well, I've made it further than this on the sweater before.
Yeah.
I've made it down to like here, but I stopped once because it was too small, and then once because I put in a color work section without knowing what I was doing and messed it all up.
Yep.
So, yeah, so it's coming along. This is a, in the first issue of Rib Magazine, which was a magazine, they did 4 issues, and I heard that they're not doing any more.
I only did 3.
Was it 3? I thought they did 4.
I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
But it was the first issue, and it was the Patina Pullover is the name of the pattern. You can get it on Ravelry. But it's very easy because it's just a top down with raglan increases, vanilla.
Well, it's nice because, like,
sweater.
Because I did that Tin Can Knits flax, and just having an easy sweater like that for your first time just makes life like. So this one, obviously, it just seems like I'm like, you know what you're doing. It feels really comfortable, and
well, the sizing is what I'm worried about. I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I met gauge by going up to, it calls for 7s and I went up to 9s.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm a little worried about meeting gauge. Not because I feel like I did something wrong, but more because that just is a difficult thing, I think, for a lot of people who aren't used to knitting sweaters.
Well, I think the sweaters because it's a garment, right, and you wear it, it's not like a scarf or even a hat, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's not a lot of, and I think what we said before is like, if your gauge is off on a sweater, if your gauge is off on a hat, like it's gonna add maybe a half inch.
Right.
If your gauge is off on a sweater, that could add like
It's
2 or 3 inches.
A lot of stitches. A lot of inches, yeah.
So, but I think I'll be fine. I mean, what I'm gonna do before I probably do the sleeves, I'm gonna take it off and put it on waist yarn, just to sort of feel okay about it, right?
Yeah, I might just do it, and because if I do this and it's the wrong size, I'm not gonna start over again. I don't think. So I might just finish it, and then if it's not my size, give it to someone else.
You know what you could do though?
Because this is acrylic, so I can't block it bigger or dry it smaller.
But I think what you could do is, I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine, right?
Well, I mean, I'm trusting the pattern. I'm trusting the gauge. I'm just gonna go for it. So.
Right.
Yeah. So so it's very fun. I'm not quite to the point where I can knit it without looking because I've got to do the increases for the raglan increases and everything. But
yeah, I really like it. It's fun. So those are our 2 sweaters. I will talk about my shawl now, which is the one that I have the least.
Wait, shawl. Why am I drawing a blank? Okay.
Is
this the Geometrics one?
The Geometrics one, yeah. And it's the one that I've sort of the least on because, yeah. So anyway, this is the Geometrics. It's the Tailwind.
That's right. With the triangles in it.
The triangles. So I've gotten one extra, you can sort of see, one extra colored on. And that's getting the blues. I love the way this blue goes against this, against the base color. So again, these are, oh good Lord. I can't remember what these are. The base color is Dye Monkey yarn. Where are my ball bands? That's the minis. Dye Monkey yarn. Not Cedar Canoe. Rusted Wheelchair. No. No, that's not what it is. It's something like that.
No, you're thinking of rusted wheelbarrow or rusted wagon wheel.
Rusted wagon wheel.
That's the guy from Needles at the Radio. That's Kevin's yarn that he's knitting with. Rusted wheelchair.
I don't know. It's something. And I was being really good.
It's Dye Monkey
yarns.
Jesse Dye Monkey Yarns. I'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
I'm cutting a lot of this out.
I know. The minis are diabolical mini skeins with Beyond Measure. And it was funny in the comments, someone told us that both Notorious, the store that we bought this from, is just going out of business.
Well, she retired.
She retired. And that the dyer is no longer dyeing anymore. So I'm like...
It's the cursed.
I know. I'm glad I'm using it. What? And the color way, when you hear it, you're like, oh, it's a really well-named color.
Yeah, Jessica's colors are...
Yeah.
Or Jesse's colors.
Jesse's colors.
Okay, this is boring to everyone, so we're going to
cut that out.
To figure that out.
Anyway.
We'll put it at the beginning or the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, it's coming along. But yeah, I'm really liking I really like the contrast between the contrast color and the main color. So yeah, coming right along. For a while I was doing, so there's each of these triangles and the part above it is a section. And I was trying to do a section a day, but I kind of fell off that, as you can probably see. Since I think last time between last time and this time I did from here to about here. So anyway, goes along.
And that's in your project bag. I bought you that, right?
Yep. This is Rusted Stitch.
Rusted Stitch.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
Not Rusted Wagon Wheel, but Rusted
Or
Stitch.
Rusted Wheelchair.
Rusted Wheelchair. I wonder what color that is.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't know. So.
All
right. What are the things that a weekly podcast?
Oh, it's my turn.
We don't do quite as much preparation to go into it. We sort of wing it, but hopefully what we've talked about is more familiar to everybody. So
yeah,
we're not just repeating stuff all of the time.
All right. So this is my sock that I'm working on. It is vanilla
AF.
It is the heel flap and gusset pattern from the Rose City Rollers pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And the yarn is Ted Knits UK. I think
Is it Decrepit Hospital Bed?
It's Moldy Nursing Home.
Oh no.
No, it's crap. Oh, it's Foxy. And it's, so I talked about it last time because what had happened was my heel turn, I'd done my heel flap, but my heel turn was in the wrong spot. I have no idea how I did it. So what I did was I pulled the needle out of the stitches. I just pulled on the yarn and undid the stitches till it got back to the heel flap. And that's just knit, slip, knit, slip, knit, slip, knit, slip, and then on the other side you just purl all the way across. So that, and this yarn is sturdy. I don't know what the
It's not
very
slippery.
soft.
It's not slippery.
It's not slippy. That's
right. It's not. You couldn't knit it without Paka.
Right. So when I did that, all the stitches were there, and I just slowly, methodically picked them all up, and then I had one more row to do on the heel flap because I had unraveled one of the heel flap rows, and then just redid the heel flap or heel turn. I did it like a couple hours ago.
Yeah, no, I was very impressed. Pulling out stitches like that gives me endless anxiety.
I was gonna unknit it. I was gonna tink back, but I was just like, I got like 2 rows into it, and you're knitting 2 together, and you're slipping, and so it was like unknitting that was a nightmare. So I'm just like, meh.
Yeah,
I frogged it without frogging it. Rip it, rip it, rip it.
I thought, isn't rip it frogging now?
It is, but people also use the term frogging it to never doing it again.
So you sort of half frogged it.
I tadpoled it.
Gotcha. Awesome.
Yeah, so it's I don't know where this bag came from, or I don't know who made the bag. Cody from the Cody Knits podcast gave it to us for a gift, but I don't remember. All right, so
do you want to do?
Hang on, I just want to show the yarn. How it looks caked up. I love this yarn.
That's really pretty.
Yeah. Okay, what were you gonna say?
Joining the knitting bag?
No, let's do that at the end.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so what do you do when you have nothing to do all day long except watch TV and knit, and you have like projects to work on? You cast on another project.
True.
So
I might be out of frame. I'm gonna sit up.
oh, you're gonna, I think. So I have had the desire. This is a hat pattern I've wanted to make. I wanted to knit for a while. It's called Windsheaf.
Windsheaf.
Windsheaf. It's a Stephen West pattern. And I'll sort of show you. Well, here's a better picture of it. This is kind of what it's supposed
I
to
can put it in. It
Yeah.
might be easier. I'll put it in a
Okay.
picture.
So anyway, it's a really fun pattern. I had this, I don't know if you're, I made.
I'm sorry, I have to open another drink. Please hold.
Oh God. Oh.
Yeah. So I'm making chicken and dumplings for dinner. As Betty Ann would say, chicken and paste wads, because she thinks dumplings taste like paste wads. Which I don't know how she knows what a paste wad tastes like.
Oh, I'm sure
And actually,
we all do.
She would call it chicken and paste wads. But so we're making chicken and dumplings, and the first step is to boil the chicken in the broth stuff, with the celery and the carrots and onions and blah blah blah. And then let the chicken cool and pull the meat off the bone and put it back in the soup. And Harris is going crazy because there's a whole cooked chicken cooling on the counter.
Right. Which is nice. It keeps him out of our business, but
That's
whatever.
true.
He's a lovely dog. He doesn't quite understand podcasts.
He's a dog. He's a 65-pound giant scary dog.
Right.
Okay.
Anyway.
He's not scary.
No, he's not. So anyway, it's a pretty easy pattern. It is basically use broken rib, twisted rib, which I call don't get it twisted rib, and or broken doll. And the rim is.
But it's broken has nothing to do with it.
No, I just like broken doll.
But that has nothing
No,
to do with
it has nothing to do with it at all.
I'm just saying you're wrong.
I'm just saying I'm making my own kind of music. So anyway, it has sort of this twisted rib, the brim? No. Brim? Yes, okay. The brim
The best part of waking up
is Folgers.
good to the last brim. I don't know.
Brim, good to the last drop? I don't know.
Brim.
So anyway, the brim is in this twisted rib pattern. And then once you get to the main body, you do this little section of twisted rib. And then you do increases and decreases in front of it, so it sort of does a little swirl pattern. So yeah, it's really, really fun.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it sort of slants over. And it's really,
I love that yarn.
I love that yarn. It is Malabrigo.
You just repeated what I said. I love that yarn.
I love that yarn. It is Malabrigo Rios.
Cielo y Tierra.
Cielo y Tierra.
Tierra.
I had made a hat and cowl of it a couple of months ago with the same stuff that I donated for our silent auction. So I had
Really?
I had a cowl.
It looks different with this pattern.
Well, I think it's because it's not all. I mean, the other one's all cables.
Oh, that's
So there's like
probably what
almost
it
no
is.
flat stitching in the other ones. So
because you can really see the blues and the browns.
Yeah.
In this.
yeah, it's a really good pattern. I mean, I think it's one of those patterns where you kind of let the yarn be the. The yarn sort of it shows up the yarn really well.
Yeah.
And I really like twisted rib. It is. I'm not a fan of knitting through the back loop. But yeah.
See, I love knitting through the back loop.
Yeah. This one has make one lefts, which is not my favorite thing either, but yeah, it's.
I like make one lefts. There was that pattern that I did where it had all the make one lefts. What was that?
It's all the raglan increases.
No, I know I'm doing it now, but there was
Right.
a pattern before where I was doing all those make one lefts. And before I did, I hated those.
Right.
But the make one rights I don't like as much, but the make one lefts I like.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, so yeah, it's coming right along. I'm about to start. It's about, I did the brim a little longer because I like a little longer brim on my hats. So the pattern calls like
That's smart.
calls 1.5 inches, and I did 2 inches. And now I'm about to start the crown section in about another 1/2 inch or so. So anyway.
It doesn't look very big.
Yeah. I mean...
Oh, you're starting the decreases in 1.5 inches.
Well, I'm starting the increases maybe about a 1/2 inch.
Oh, okay.
So, and then I think the decreases
One
go...
of the block bigger, too.
I don't think I'm going to block it. I don't want to know. I hope you dropped chicken on the floor. Anyway.
I probably did drop a vegetable or something on the floor.
So, anyway, it is good. It'll probably be... I cast this on like Monday or Tuesday. So yeah, it'll be done really quickly. As I said, it's just nice to have hats to make. And one of the things that I did not do... So one of the things I really want to do for one of my patterns coming up is a tubular cast on. Totally tubular cast on, just because it looks so amazing. And I started doing that with this, and I'm like, I can't, not for casting 104 stitches. So what I think I'm going to do is I have a glove pattern, which is, I'm going to start on this when I'm done with that. And I'm going to do the tubular cast on for that.
What glove pattern?
It is
a glove or mitten?
Mitten, I'm sorry, mitten pattern. It's the one.
I was like, last time you did fingers for that glove, you just about wanted to die.
No. I'm not doing fingers for anything for a while. This is a so the Valinor cowl and hat has the Valinor mittens, so I'm going to do those.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, and it's also just fun. I mean, one of the things which is nice is about kind of where I am right now with knitting is I'm really just going through our stash and finding yarn that I like to do and finding stuff to do with it. So
I, on the other hand, am buying more yarn online.
Yep.
So speaking of which, I just bought from Jessie Dye Monkey Yarns. I'm one of her Patreons, and you earn discounts and stuff like that on her yarn, which is really nice. And so I just got a sock blank, which I'm excited about, and then I bought a skein of sock yarn, and I bought a skein of DK yarn, which I was going to use for a hat. I don't know which hat, but a hat. All right, so this is my new project that I cast on. It is the, almost said Valinor, Metropolitan hat. Right. So last episode I talked about the fact that the Metropolitan hat and cowl is a pattern that's in the first issue of Rib magazine, and I loved.
So you're knitting two things from the first issue of Rib right now.
Well, I was before too, because remember
I
just finished. Yeah,
that's just funny.
So, but yeah, I am. I'm going back to the first stuff I ever knitted.
Right.
Because one of the things, and it wasn't really on purpose, but can you please go deal with that?
And we're back. So here's the deal. We have 3 animals, 2 cats and 1 dog. And one must be always misbehaving. So
Junior's over here sleeping.
Harris is being relatively good.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not good. So while these 2 are behaving, Linus was over there about to get himself some chicken.
Yeah.
So
anyway, the Metropolitan hat, I had knit it. It was like my first. Well, it was my first hat. I knit it on our honeymoon. Promptly lost it on the city bus. So I decided. A couple months ago, I was like, all I ever want to knit is socks. Knitting doesn't make me happy unless I'm knitting socks. And then I realized that I had said to myself, I was like, I'm not going to knit anything until I finish some of the projects that I'm in progress on. But I wasn't really enjoying the projects I was in the middle of. So I'm like, why don't I just try to pick some stuff that I is going to make me happy? And so I started doing that, and now I'm totally into.
Well, and the nice thing about hats, and I think hats are my favorite thing to knit because they're relatively quick.
Mm-hmm.
They're knit in the round, which I'm
knitting my hat magic loop because you stole my needles.
No, I stole your cord.
Well, whatever. You stole my cord, and it's driving me crazy.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'll get to switch back to knitting.
But yeah, hats go really quickly. They're really fun, and they're a really good way. I feel like they're a way to sort of learn a new technique too. Cause
that's true.
So like the broken rib stuff. Not that was a
twisted
new
rib.
Twisted rib, broken doll, was actually really really fun.
Stop it! Sorry.
He's a monster. Anyway. So yeah, I feel like when I have kind of a knitting blah moment, I knit a hat and it helps because then you have an object.
True.
And it usually doesn't take very long.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not like a scarf. I mean,
Scarves take a long time.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean,
I guess my point is it's not necessarily a simple thing.
No.
I mean, it is, but it's not a simple. What I mean is, it's not a boring like. It's something quick, but it's also can be complicated if you get a complicated pattern.
Right.
And we've taken him for you know what.
Right.
He's gotten dinner. He just wants attention.
He just wants attention. He just wants to be part of our podcast.
That's true.
Okay, so he's like, "Where's my sweater?"
That's true. Oh, oops. Sorry, I didn't finish your sweater. Do you forgive me? So I had shown the California Condor colorway, the black with the sunsetty type colors in it last time, which was the Metropolitan. Oh, it's not by Hannah Fettig. It's by Mina Phillip from the
Knitting
Expat podcast. And so anyway, I'm doing it. So I finished that one. So I cast on and I'm knitting the second hat because I decided I wanted to do it twice because I just loved it so much. So this is the where I'm at so far. Love this yarn. It's
so pretty.
The bright pink cha-cha bottom is the provisional cast on. We bought skeins and skeins and skeins of this acrylic pink yarn to make hats out of back during the whole Women's March thing, but
made exactly zero.
We made exactly zero because we're bad people.
Yeah.
So this is the brim. You knit it for 6 inches, then you fold it in half. You take off the provisional cast on, and you pick up the stitches and knit them together, and it makes this amazing brim. So I'm knitting this, and I'm doing it magic loop. And this is the yarn. It's 3 Irish girls, and the colorway is Savannah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know what that means, or like what that has to do with the color.
Yeah.
But it's really beautiful.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, so I'm really enjoying that. I can't quite.
I wonder if it's Savannah like the country. I mean, like the city, or Savannah like
on the
countryside.
plains.
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, that's the other project I'm working on. So I'm enjoying that a lot. So right now,
I hope you'll like dogs.
Yeah.
Because you're getting a lot of him.
You'll have to cut that out.
Yeah.
Because people are bored.
So, yeah.
All right. So, what else should we talk about?
We have that. Do you want to talk about aspirational knitting?
Sure.
So, one of the things so the Snuggle is Real is on my list.
Yes.
Because the Grocery Girls, one of them knit it, right? Jody knit it, and yeah, it's gonna happen. It's one of those examples of a pattern that like it just makes you happy. So
it looks so cool.
It looks so cool. It looks fun.
She pronounced his last name Sears.
Okay.
Max Sears.
Max Sears. So this is one I found. So one of the things I'm trying to do is, while I'm home, is knit for myself and then knit for other people. So we have a friend of ours.
That's not true. What have you knit for me? What have you ever knit for me?
You aren't another.
Have you ever knit me anything? I knit you 2 pair of socks.
Wait, let me think. Oh my god, I've never knit you anything. I'm so sorry.
Love you, honey.
Oh my god, I have never knit anything
Love you,
for
mean
you.
it.
Wow. I guess you're just not knit worthy.
Harris and I. You've knit more for our dog than you've knit for me.
That's true. Oh my god, I will work on that. I bought you a lot of knitting stuff.
That's true.
So we have a friend of ours, Steffi, who is just a lovely human being, and
her husband's a lovely human being.
Yeah, no, they're just delightful people. And she did this. She's a fitness yoga instructor. She does this online yoga class, which I have not actually done because every time I sat down, he decided he wanted to play. But
Not me.
yeah, I'm sorry, Harris, not Scott.
Let's play!
Woo! Downward dog. So anyway, I'm like, I should knit something for her because I really like her. She's one of my favorite people. And I found this cowl pattern online. I sort of went through my Ravelry and found this cowl pattern called, it's a free pattern so I can sort of show it. It's called...
Well, it's by Manos del Uruguay.
Yeah. So it's called Escama del Dragón cowl. So it's this really kind of...
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. It doesn't seem like it's that huge when the pattern goes, but whatever. So it has this really kind of cool... This is what it should look like. But it's like a 4-stitch repeat.
I can put it in.
So, and anyway, I'm like,
What does that mean?
Scales of the dragon.
Oh, dragon scales.
Yeah.
Oh.
So anyway, it's a free pattern by the Fairmont Fibers design team. And so yeah, I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna make this. And then I was going through our stash of yarn, and I found this yarn which we'd picked up at Lamb Shop in Colorado, and it's Road Trip Sock Yarn, Roadside Wonders, Bishop Castle. And so anyway, this yarn is part of it. As I went to our stash, I'm like, oh, this yarn is 100% Steffi, and it's gonna look beautiful with that pattern. So I'll probably for next week maybe have a swatch ready to go, so people see what it looks like.
Oh, you're gonna do a gauge swatch, huh?
No, it's not meeting gauge. It's discovering gauge.
Wow. All right, well that's cool. I don't really have any aspirational knitting right now, except for the Snuggle is Real. I'd like to do one of those.
The other
the other thing is all the different sock heels I want to do.
The other aspirational knitting, and our neighbors across the street, Nate and Shannon, they just had 2 baby boys. Their names are
adorable.
Dylan and James, and I think their grandma actually watches this podcast. So.
I think you're right. Nate's mom.
Yeah,
right?
Nate's mom watches it. So I want to knit a baby.
They're twins and they're tiny and
they're so cute.
I want to eat them up.
Yeah, no, they were. It's kind of tough because of the social distancing. But we have both had times when we've been able to
see them from a distance.
So they're really cute, and I want to do something for them just because it's always fun to knit for.
See, and I think it's hard, or I want to knit something for them too. But okay, so they were just born like a couple months ago?
No, a couple weeks ago.
Ago.
They're like 6 weeks. No, they're not even 6 weeks. They're tiny.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So how do you time it?
So
do babies always need hats?
Yeah. So what I would do is they have...
Oh, I haven't knit Josephine a hat.
Yeah.
I should do her a hat first.
You should do her hat first. I think I was thinking about doing
Josephine is our 5-year-old neighbor.
Yeah. So I was thinking about doing maybe a little cotton sweater. There's this really easy sweater pattern that I bought, when my first nephew was born 16 years ago. Who I only
bought it to make it for Luke.
Yes.
Luke, who's 6'2" or something
and
drives.
Yeah. Or maybe it was when Aaron and Patrick were born. I can't remember. They're 13. So, but it's this really easy cardigan that you knit flat and then you fold it over and seam it. So I think that I might do that and do 2 of those.
Oh,
so
bonked his leg.
Anywho, so yeah, that's exciting. So yeah, that's kind of my aspirational knitting. So I've got this cowl, those gloves, the gloves that I'll do the tubular cast on for, and baby sweaters.
I think to keep my momentum going, I'll probably do maybe another hat.
Yeah.
Or, because the sweater's going to take a little while. Do another hat, but the socks, the different kind of heels.
For sure.
looking forward to. So, oh my gosh, you're so needy.
But isn't that ridiculous? Oh, and what's the dyer's name? I forget.
I thought you already said.
Herd of Cats.
Herd of Cats.
That's it.
You did not say that. Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
Hook. What is her Instagram? She's got like a cursive. Hook my loop.
Hook my loop.
Hook my loop.
I will follow her then because I always it's really fun tagging the
Allie is her name.
Tagging the dyer or the pattern designer when you post. That's really fun. So yeah, that is kind of knitting of the future.
Woo-hoo. All right. So now, should we talk about our Angela Lansbury K-hole?
Do you want to do the knitting back first?
I want to talk about Angela Lansbury.
So, I think if this has
got to be happening to everybody.
Yeah, I know. So we are making a lot of use of our various streaming services, and a couple of weeks ago, before social distancing started happening,
before there was a pandemic,
right? Wasn't that long ago. We watched a friend of ours had never seen Gaslight.
Can I back you up?
No, go right ahead. Correct the story.
Correct you. Okay. So as long as we have to make this factually correct. We can't have you.
You had never seen Gaslight.
No, I had never seen Gaslight. No, we were watching another YouTube show called Pushing Up Roses. And it's this woman who goes back and talks about older TV, and she just has a really funny way of talking about it. One of the things that she covers is Murder, She Wrote. Okay, I should not kick the table because it's going to make the camera move. So I was like, I remember when I was growing up, we would watch Murder, She Wrote. Mm-hmm. My grandmother would we'd watch it with my grandparents and whatever, and I never really paid that much attention to it. And then friends of ours were like, oh my God, I'm so obsessed with Murder, She Wrote. And they were not born when it was out. So then...
Well, to be fair, it was on for 13 seasons, so they probably were.
Well, yeah.
Not when it first came out.
So...
Because I remember watching it when it came out. So we're rewatching the first season.
Girl, we're going to watch the whole series.
And I have distinct memories of this first season of Murder, She Wrote, to the point that when I'm watching episodes, I'll remember who the murderer was, usually in the first 15, 20 minutes.
Right.
I'm like, oh my God, it's Mary Ingalls for Little House on the Prairie.
Spoiler alert.
We've already seen that episode.
But they might not have. From 40 years ago.
Right. I feel like anyone
35 years ago.
Anyone is like, that Murder, She Wrote episode from 1985. How dare you spoil it?
So anyway, that's what started our Angela Lansbury acid trip.
Right. So we watching Murder, She Wrote. We just watched Gaslight with a friend of ours, which is her first movie, and she's 19. And she's really good. I mean, not surprisingly enough. And then today,
is the Demon Barber of Fleet Sweeney Todd? Is there a movie? Is the movie version? Is she in the movie version?
She was in the original
Broadway
version. There is a taped version of that you can see.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry.
Have you seen that?
No.
Oh my God, she's so good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Angela Lansbury segment.
Yes, this is the Angela Lansbury segment. We were flipping through Amazon Prime, and this movie came up called The Court Jester. It's a movie from 1955. And it stars Danny Kaye, Glynis Johns, also known as the mom from Mary Poppins.
That's what I know her as.
And or the original Desiree from Little Night Music.
Don't look at me like I know. I don't know. I don't know all the musical theater stuff you do.
Right. There's a Sondheim connection.
You always look at me like...
You don't do that, do you?
You don't do that.
And then Angela Lansbury. So like Glennis Johns. So
Do you think we like her because our name is Salisbury?
we like her. She's Angela Lansbury, and she's still alive. She's one of those people. It's like Betty White. You're just
Yeah.
like, oh my god, she's been around forever. So we watched this movie this morning called The Court Jester. It's on Amazon Prime. We looked at it. It's like, oh, it's got Angela Lansbury in it, and Glennis Johns and Danny Kaye. It'll be this like silly movie, and we can make fun of it while we watch it, kind of. And so, number one, this movie is insane. Like the plot is, it's like Harry Potter level deep and convoluted and twisted.
I think that's giving it more credit than it's
No,
worth.
it's actually like everything hangs together. There are a couple of like, things like there's this band of acrobatic little people who show up in the first scene who play an important role in the last battle. But I think what was really fun about it is you watch it and you're like laughing because it's so silly, and then you realize the people making it know it's really silly and are having like so much fun with it being so silly. It reminded me a little bit of like a Marx Brothers movie or a Monty Python movie or whatever, because like it's ridiculous. Everyone knows it's ridiculous. No one's taking themselves seriously, and there's some really. It's just we watched it this morning. You took some naps, but I was.
As I want to.
I was entertained the whole time, and then it's funny because watching Danny Kaye with Glennis Johns and Angela Lansbury, who are both in their probably like late 20s in this movie, but they're both women for whatever reason. They still look like they're 62. There's something about their features. They
make them look like they're super old.
Yeah, and I don't know why. And maybe it's because I just like you.
Well, yeah.
Part of it is like the first time
from Mary Poppins.
Right, I think the first time is like maybe it's like the first time I
When
ever.
was Mary Poppins?
1964.
Okay, so 9 years after that.
Yeah, not much later.
So she was probably in her 30s.
Yeah.
When she did Mary Poppins.
Right. I don't know. So, anyway, it's a really charming movie.
The Court Jester.
The Court Jester, starring Danny Kaye. Costumes by Edith Head.
Costumes by Edith Head. Don't kick the thing.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so.
And then we're gonna watch. We'll keep you updated as we find more Angela Lansbury.
We need to watch every movie Angela Lansbury's ever made.
We can probably.
And
we'll watch Sweeney Todd with her in it. That'll be fun.
That'll be fun. Okay, so the other thing we're watching that we just started is
like everyone else in America.
Oh, I wasn't even going to talk about that yet.
Okay.
I was going to talk about the new Heidi Klum Tim Gunn TV show.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's fun.
What's it called? Making the Cut.
Making the Cut. Yeah.
It's like Project One Way, but Heidi and Tim get to do it the way they want to do it.
Yeah.
So that's really good. That's on
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
We're
I
also.
wonder if people in the UK or other countries get to see the same stuff that we do on Amazon Prime.
I think that stuff gets just so like there. I don't know. Tell us.
Because we get to see some British. We get a lot more British stuff now than we used to. Well, plus I have BritBox.
Yeah. So the other thing we're watching, like everyone else in America, is Tiger King.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Betty Ann has binged the whole series.
She did it in one sitting.
Yeah. It's one of those shows that it is.
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. Everyone, if you're.
There are memes out there that literally say everyone in the world, or at least in the United States, you're either talking about coronavirus or you're talking about the Tiger King. There isn't anything else.
Right, and so you make your choice, and we choose Tiger King right now. It is insane. It's just
it's about this guy who owns okay, so it starts out and you think it's a documentary about these people that own big cats and they have these reserves with all these lions and tigers and stuff.
And it is about that, but...
And then you discover that the guy he really hates this woman she thinks he's mistreating the animals and she's here to save the day. Then you discover that he's married to a man
Married to 2 men.
Well, you don't know that in the first episode.
I know.
And then, like, her husband has been murdered or is missing.
We don't even know.
Like, it's like, just when you think it's as crazy as it's gonna be, and it's not made up.
No, it is like you took a Nancy Grace episode, and then you amped up the insane about 6 degrees, and I love me some Nancy Grace.
It's amazing.
Top mom.
I don't like her politics particularly.
I don't like her politics, but
I don't know that I know her politics now that I say that.
No. I just, it is super fun to watch. We're about halfway through it. If true crime and
big cats,
I mean,
marriage.
there are lots of pictures of tiger cubs, lots of things, and they're very cute.
Yeah, but it's like you worry that they're getting mistreated and stuff. But anyway,
but that's.
And then the other thing we're doing is we're rewatching Star Trek: The Next Generation in preparation for watching the new series Picard.
Right.
About Captain Picard. Anyway, okay,
so
we
that's
digress.
Good. Yeah, so that's our TV.
So it's back to the magical bag.
Yeah.
Kay's magical knitting.
We should do a marker in the thing where like TV talk here starts here and then back to the knitting stuff.
No, it's okay.
Oh, what's this book?
John, this is my thing. Okay, we already talked about that yarn.
No,
we didn't. This is more that. It's called Funky Fringe.
What?
We need to hold that with a hat. Hold that with a yarn and knit a hat. Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be.
Maybe I'll do that when I get to the.
I don't know. This is really. Yeah, this is fun. I like it.
Oh, remember that crazy yarn that we pulled out?
The eyelash yarn?
Yeah. She was knitting a project with it.
Oh my god.
She was knitting a project with it.
What is it?
Oh my god. She was knitting a project with it.
So,
I'm sorry. Okay, we have to explain what this is. So, our friend Steve's mom, we said that earlier in this episode, didn't we?
Yeah.
So, we've got bags and boxes of her knitting stuff, and so we thought it would be fun to kind of discover it together on our podcast. So, we found this yarn last time.
Right.
And she was actually working.
Is it looks like a scarf?
Yeah. But I can't tell if she's just stuck this. Oh yeah, she's just stuck this in here to keep the needles together.
You can't pull it out that way. It's got a rubber.
All right. Well, but it's got a stopper on the other end.
You pull the stopper off first.
John, stop talking.
These are cool too. I want these. Okay, sorry.
Why is there paint on the?
I don't know. It's a design.
Oh, these are stoppers. That's cool. Okay, so it's a design element.
Oh, so it's just a little.
So it's a fun scarf.
Yeah.
Huh. Somebody in the comments said that like this was all the rage for a while.
Yeah.
Knitting with this stuff was all the rage for a while. Okay. So that's that.
That's fun. So we could like do that if we wanted to.
Yep. Here's some more. Oh, this is a different color.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that the stuff we had last time?
No, this is just, it's more purpley.
No, what did we do with the stuff
Oh, it's all downstairs.
Okay.
I just kept it out so that, she was knitting another one of those here.
Is that the same?
This is a different one.
So she's got two.
She had two of these crazy things on the go. All right, so then we've got another kind of crazy yarn thing on the go here.
Oh, is that? Oh my god. So
it's like an elastic ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not elastic. It's just like a ribbon.
Yeah.
So it's a scarf that's like a ribbon.
Yeah.
She was making fashion scarves.
She was doing really fun stuff.
Okay, so then we've got some boucle yarn. Boucle. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But it's yarn, but it's bumpy.
Yeah, bumpy yarn.
Scarf pattern on the inside of label.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so let's look at one of these books.
Okay.
Knitting. Learn to knit 4 fun projects. Feature.
Oh.
It's the patterns.
So that's what she's doing.
That's the patterns for this.
Oh, nice.
So there's a a bookmark, a belt, a shawl, and a scarf.
Fun.
Look, kids. All right, so that must be what these. Oh, and here's another one, another knitting featuring fuzzy yarn, and it's the same kind of thing. Okay.
Cool. Those are fun.
Yes. Oh, and here's all the ribbon yarn.
Cool. And there's more of the
all that yarn, and then
more of this yarn.
lots
more
of 11s. She liked 11s.
And more of this yarn too.
Yeah. All right, so we're almost done with this bag, so let's keep going while we're at it. Oh, we've got a knitting gauge thing. That's always nice to have.
Oh, and it's got. I like the ones that have the
Yeah.
like that. Okay.
And then this is the Learn How book from Coates and Clark. Price 35 cents. C is for crochet, K is for knitting, T is for tatting, and E is for embroidery.
That's one.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking at it. They're not looking at it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not exciting. All right, learn how to
Crochet.
basics. So 1959.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's-
Blocking. To complete an article, it must be pressed in a special manner known as blocking. If it became soiled while working, launder before blocking. This is kind of fun.
This is kind of cool.
Ooh, girl. I like her fashion scarf.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here you go. All right. So I think that's all for this bag. We got lots more to go through in future episodes, but that's all for this bag. There is some, like, cream colored yarn. I'm not sure what this is. It's bulky or super bulky. Oh, it's on a hook, loop.
Oh.
All right. So, do we have anything else to talk about? We got lots of this yarn.
Yeah. That's kind of fun. It's got embroidery stuff too.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna start picking up. And then it shows you how to tat,
Oh, what is tatting?
where you make lace.
I know, but what is tatting? What does it mean? Tatting's shuttle. It says you need a tatting shuttle.
Cool.
All right.
Well, depending on how long all this lasts, we may start tatting.
You can tat.
Yeah, I don't. It's like, so I remember I was looking at like weaving at one point, and I don't know. I was just like,
I think it would be more fun to spin.
yeah, I think so too. I think
Would
so
be
too.
the first thing I'd want to do
Yeah.
beyond knitting.
Or dye.
Well, I used to I've been thinking about crocheting an Afghan lately because I've done
This
that
is
before.
really great. Okay, we should keep this.
Oh yeah, that is. We should keep all of it, but
Yeah. No, but. So.
you mean keep it handy?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So.
So.
All right. So.
That is that. We don't have a BA update. She's just watching Tiger King over and over again.
That's all she does is watch Tiger King.
She does.
Well, she kind of idolizes him. She
Yeah.
She wants to live up. She wants to be him.
She wants to live in Oklahoma on a ranch. To be fair,
With tiger cubs.
with tiger cubs and
She just-
have
well, she wears-
two husbands.
She wears a lot of she does want to have two husbands. And she wears a lot of tiger prints and
Well-
leopard prints.
Well, that's the woman.
No, I know, but I'm just saying,
Oh.
like, she does.
Yeah, and
Pause.
okay.
She did finish the Asbury cowl.
Oh, she did. Okay.
Yeah, so she knit the Asbury cowl. So our friend Jessie, Dye Monkey Yarn, she did a pattern called the Asbury cowl in honor of us.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I thought she'd.
my mom.
So she finished it since last.
Yeah,
episode?
she sent me a picture.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so I'll put the picture in. She sent me a picture and she blocked it and everything. So
Also, she has recorded a country music album about tigers.
that is true. She sang backup on Joe Exotic, the Tiger King. She sang backup on his solo albums, and then she did her solo career.
Yeah, that's true. And she sang more about ocelots.
I don't know what her thing is with ocelots.
I don't know.
It,
It's just, and it's hard. here's the deal, the beauty of Betty Ann. You try writing a song where you rhyme ocelot with things.
Mm-hmm.
Flossalot.
Floss a lot.
That's about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll try to see if we can find the 8 tracks of that solo out somewhere.
And then digitize them somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
That should see
we'll be back soon.
You should cut the part out where you shush me like that, because that's very disturbing.
No, I just didn't want you to tell all my mom's secrets.
Right. Okay. All right. Bye, everybody. What are we doing?
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
No. We will be back soon.
We will be back soon, probably next Sunday, because that seems to work pretty well.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Bye.